Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Dianna in the kitchen, and on today's episode I'll be making some rum and raisin bread pudding. Alright, this is the perfect recipe to use leftover bread or any bread that you may have in your fridge that is about to go stale. Alright, so let's go right into the list of ingredients. Alright, so we have 12 slices of white order bread that I buttered and cut into some cubes. You can go ahead and just tear it up if you want. Alright, we also have one small box of 100% cow's milk, some evaporated milk, just using the evaporated milk to get that creaminess from it. We have some palm spray that we're going to need for our loaf tins, and we have 3 eggs at room temperature. For spices, we have some cinnamon, some freshly grated nutmeg, and some salt just to balance out the sweetness in this dish. And we also have some raisins. Over here we have some vanilla and some almond extract. And over here we have some dark brown sugar. And of course, we have Wray and a whole Nephew them. Alright, so let's get mixing. The first thing we're going to do right now is just to beat our eggs. Alright, and to the eggs we're going to add the vanilla as well as the almond extract and also the spice mixture and salt. We're going to give this another quick mix. Alright, so as soon as everything is incorporated, you can just stop. Alright, and add all your milk. So we're adding our cow's milk right now, and then our evaporated milk. And this mixture is basically a custard base for the bread pudding. Alright, so next comes our sugar. Alright, so we're going to mix this until all the sugar granules have been dissolved. Alright, so this is a fairly easy recipe, and if you have kids you can always omit the rum and just do a raisin bread pudding. The alcohol is going to burn off during the cooking process, but we don't want kids to be tasting the flavor of rum so early, so you can always leave that out if you have kids. Alright, so I'm gonna add 2 shots of rum, just enough, but we don't want it to overpower the taste of the bread pudding, because this is what, 63% alcoholic volume. Yeah, so 63% alcoholic volume. I mean, yeah, that will be way too much for our kids. Alright, so I'm no longer feeling any sugar granules, so we can stop at this point. Alright, so we have set our mixture aside, and what we're going to do is just to begin greasing our pans. Alright. You can do this with butter if you choose. And you can just use a silicone brush to ensure that the entire pan is greased. Alright, so I'm using 2 mini loaf tins for this, but you can use any baking container or any baking pan, any cake tin, anything you choose. Size and the shape doesn't matter. All right, so what we're going to do right now is just to layer the bread at the bottom. We're doing this for each pan. All right, ensure that it is packed down. All right, so we're packing it down like so. Then we're going to get some raisins and just scatter over that portion. All right, and we're doing it this way to ensure that every crevice and corner has a little bit of raisin. And if you don't like raisins, you can always use something else. And after that, we're going to pack the rest on top and repeat the same process with the raisins. All right, so now we have this looking like that, and what we're going to do right now is to pour our mixture evenly distributed between the two loaf tins. All right, so when you're doing this, ensure that you are spreading and you're spreading evenly. All right, so what we're going to do right now is just to press down the bread into that liquid just to ensure that it soaks up all the liquid. So we need all the pieces to be saturated with liquid. All right, so just push down. Now what we're going to do with the remaining liquid is just to pour it over the top. Alright, so while the oven is preheating, this will be sitting on the countertop, just absorbing all that liquid. Alright guys, so now that we have everything put together, what we're going to do is to put this into a preheated 180 degrees oven, and we're going to let it go for 30 minutes to 45 minutes. At the 30-minute mark, what we're going to do is just to test to see if it's all set. It's going to be puffed up, and once it's golden on top, we're going to remove it from the oven. All right, these are looking really nice, so we're gonna remove them right now. Yes, so as you can see, they have puffed up really nicely. They have a nice golden brown color on top. All right, so even though it's quite tempting to cut into this right now, we're going to allow it to cool completely. So we're just going to allow it to sit on the countertop, uncovered of course, until it is completely cooled. All right guys, so I have a confession. It is like 2:09 a.m. and yes, I'm up baking. I don't know for anybody else, but baking and cooking is something that centers me. So for example, if I'm running out of ideas to do stuff, if I have business plans that I need to make and I can't seem to get that oomph, you know, cooking is something that centers me. I'm not sure if it's the same for everybody else, but that is my thing. Plus, I am an insomniac. I hardly sleep. I can get about 2 to 3 hours sleep for the day and I am good. Alright guys, so this has cooled down slightly. It's not 100% cool, but it is cool enough to handle. Alright, so despite it not being cool, it came out pretty easily from the pan. So what we're going to do right now is just to slice and serve and let you guys see exactly what the inside of this looks like. And of course I'm going to make it a little bit fancy, so I'll see you in a few. And see, as you can see, it has sliced pretty easily as well. And look at that, moist. Alright, so for plating, we have some melted dark chocolate, and I'm just going to drizzle this all over. Alright, so we just made some splatter with the dark chocolate right there. And what we're also going to add is some maraschino cherries. And we're just going to place these randomly. Alright, and I'm just going to take it a step further and just add a few dollops of cream. So this is one way of turning food that is about to go stale into a beautiful dessert. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course click on the post notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Until next time, this is Dianna in the kitchen. Thank you so much for watching.